every time I pop my phone open, there's some video clip of Andrew Tate talking about escaping the Matrix. Right. And I'm sitting here, just thinking about it. And, the conservative rhetoric versus, the new realities of the world, boomer talk, all this, what you gotta do is you gotta go and, you hand in your resume, to a company and you work there for the next 30 years and you get a pension and a full medical and dental, and then you die and you retire and all that shit, right? And you live, what used to be, a fairly decent, lifestyle. I think that's the biggest lie that the world has ever told is this idea, especially coming from the boomers, that nobody wants to work. No, people do want to work, but they want to be properly compensated for it. What's going on now is that, these freaking white boomers, oligarchs, corporate elites, they want people to work themselves to the bone, to work themselves, for nothing, and be content with that shit. And then that shit is not flying. And that's why, if you ask me, you see this explosion of entrepreneurship. But even that, to me, is not sustainable, because most people can't do it. Most people just simply don't have the capacity, to do it, or they don't have the discipline. I think it's more of a lack of discipline than anything else. But they don't have the ability to do that. That's like 80% of people. And so, the whole model of the Wonder Years America, that shit is actively dying. That shit is actively dying, and nobody's really paying attention to it. Maybe they are. Maybe I shouldn't say that. But every time Andrew Tate says, escape the Matrix, right? I'm like, black men been escaped the Matrix. We were the first ones on escape the Matrix, because the Matrix ain't never worked for us. The Matrix is this system of white supremacy where, they have this, this system of capitalism where, you go out there, you develop some skills, or you get some skills, acquire some skills, then you secure a job, and then, they basically pay you, for, that job, and the amount of time that you spend on that job is essentially what you get paid, right? You get paid for being productive in, somebody else's, corporation or business, and you were paid enough to basically live a decent lifestyle, right? And you looked around and you said, hey, if I want to live this particular lifestyle, I need to have these particular set of skills or this particular career, and that would equate to me living this particular level of lifestyle. Some people were more ambitious than others. Other people, they were cool as long as they had a Ford F-150 truck and a Harley Davidson. Other people, wanted that McMansion, not real mansions, but a McMansion, shit with like all the latest technology and everything inside, and, had a home theater. That's some people, that was the goal. Some people, their goal was to simply have one sports car next to a minivan, the weekend car or something like that, or have a second home, or have jet skis, or have, to be able to get away 4 times a year. That's all they wanted to do. Everybody's got different levels, and especially when you get into couples have different levels. Some people are outdoorsy. Other people, they're into, I don't know, freaking what's the opposite of outdoorsy? Indoorsy? I don't know what they do. Some people, want to travel the world or stuff like that, right? And with, decent paying jobs, you could do that, right? And it all freaking balanced out, right? People who have money to spend it, that circulates around the economy. Other people are able to take that money and then, have their businesses, right? So it all balances out. But now we just have this vacuum cleaner capitalism where the people at the top are literally just vacuuming money away from everybody else. And then everybody else, doesn't spend. Everybody else tries to save their way out of poverty, which is impossible, right? Because you can't save what you don't make, right? And so you now the whole shit is broken. Now you got, kids that say, I want to be an influencer, right? Then you got all the other bad incentives that are floating around, the shit with OnlyFans, or, even when it comes to YouTube and other aspects of social media, some of the aspects of social media, people are making a killing doing affiliate marketing and, drop shipping and Amazon and FBA and all this other type of stuff. They're doing all type of stuff, using online, right? So the leaving the matrix now is essentially easier than ever. However, there is a fine line, when it comes to all of it, which is kind of like, how much do you want to sell your soul? Because there's like easy ways to do it where you can just sell your soul and grift like a motherfucker, or there's other ways to do it which take a lot more finesse, but they can be substantially lucrative and free oneself from the matrix, because the ultimate goal is to have money and freedom. To have money and not have any freedom. Like I see people like right now, I have people in my own family that's how they think. And I'm like, you do realize, like, you spend like over 50% of your life in this location that you can't stand, that you hate. You got to deal with all type of bullshit, right? And you could be doing other things. You could take that money and resources and do other things. I'm just saying, just explore the idea. But like, they're so locked into being a part of the fucking matrix. It's insane. But I was just thinking about, the whole Andrew Tate and the Matrix and all this other shit. I'm like, black men been on some operate outside of the Matrix. I mean, what do you think drug dealing was? And that's the funny part, right? Because it's like now you have all these white people, right? Andrew Tate, the biracial lord of men, right? All these people jumping up, I gotta get out the Matrix. Oh, the Matrix, the Matrix, the Matrix. Black men been on that shit. But when black men tried to get out of the matrix, right, because of what they were doing was illegal, then it's all, they're lazy. They don't want to work. They don't want to work hard, blah, 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 right? Right? And I'm saying essentially that's what the boomers are saying about the young white people that are trying to get out of the matrix now. Right? I mean, it's the same sentiment, whether legal or illegal, it doesn't matter. The point that should be respected is the fact that a motherfucker recognizes this is some sham ass bullshit. I'm trying to get the fuck out of the matrix. I don't care how the motherfucker gets out of it. I haven't heard anybody jump up and say that all these women are OnlyFans that, 15 years ago they would have been strippers making $3,000 a night. I know, because I seen it walking out the club with trash bags full of money. Okay, nobody's running around saying, "Oh, these strippers are lazy." What they need to do is they need to go in there, shake their tail feather, and work and get money like that, and work hard and deal with a bunch of disgusting older men groping and grabbing on them and being dragged out by security. That's what these bitches really need to do. Yet they need to work hard for their money. No, why would a bitch want to deal with that when she can go on OnlyFans, spread her cheeks, twerk, and get like 10 times the fucking money? Why would she want to do that? And not have to deal with a bunch of men oogling at her, that whatever levels of disrespect may come her way because some drunk, disgruntled, patron of the fucking gentleman's club gets upset because, she's not paying enough attention to him or some shit like that. Why would she want to deal with that bullshit? Why? As opposed to, hey, let me make an OnlyFans. I'm already in the thought box, right? If somebody finds out, I was an ex-stripper, like, I'm already in, why not just come up with OnlyFans and show off my tiggly bits and have all these simp-ass dudes pay me stacks on racks on racks on racks? Why not? Right? And I'm saying, that's just the female hustle. It's the same thing as dudes going out here talking about, let me go out here and do some affiliate marketing. Let me go out here and do, some shit on Instagram and take pictures of cheap items that we get on Alibaba and DHgate and freaking all these other websites. Why not go out there and do that? It's the same shit. Yeah, granted, okay, the integrity of a woman's body and all that moral shit and Jesus and all that crap. Yeah, okay, we get it. Yeah, nobody wants to wife a chick that everybody's seen. We get that. But independent of that and just talking about the money, right? I'm saying that's her getting away from being a stripper and going to OnlyFans is getting out of the matrix. And I'm saying when it comes to, work and everything, I mean, people are going to college. This is why college, people are not going to college. You know what I mean? Because you get these fucking degrees that a lot of times, people don't even work in the same field. Or because a degree says two things: that you have a capacity to learn information, and that, what's the other thing that a degree says? That you can set an objective, a goal, a task, and complete that task. That's all it says to an employer. That's like the most valuable thing that it says to an employer. The actual skills, unless they're very, very specific, which technically speaking, universities don't provide the atmosphere unless you go to like MIT or something like that. They don't even provide the atmosphere. It's all textbook. They don't provide the atmosphere for you to be able to have the technical skills that you are going to learn on the job. It just simply does not have that. So again, what is the significance of these damn degrees? Especially when, you got the student loan debt, and you got the fact that the degrees a lot of times are not paying enough to have that comfortable middle class lifestyle. Because that's what everybody was, assuming, or what everybody was cool with, was that middle class to upper middle class lifestyle. Nobody necessarily wanted to be, absolutely rich and riding around in a Lambo or any of that. Nobody really wanted that. You know what I mean? It was like fantasy shit in the fantasy car. Just like, women didn't have to have the richest dude back in the day, and men didn't have to have the most beautiful, girlfriend. She didn't have to look like a fucking model. But now everything is like, to the extreme, because people are trying to get out the matrix, and people see that people that have gotten out of the matrix are able to enjoy all of that. So now they're like, well, how do I get out of the matrix? But the real point that I really wanted to make about in this video is just how much black men were the first pioneers, because the matrix was not built or designed for them. Black men were the first pioneers of getting out of the fucking matrix. I mean, when you really look at it, like even if you look at Andrew Tate's personality, right? And I know that he's biracial, but I'm saying if you really look at Andrew Tate's personality, and the cockiness and the arrogance and the fuck the system and all that other shit, niggas been on that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's some Rich Porter, Alpo type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas been on that shit, which is why street dudes get all the respect and adoration, that they do get if they can keep their ass from getting killed or locked up and sent to jail. You see? All I'm saying is, I definitely think that brothers that, have been groomed on the straight and narrow by many of our straight and narrow, parents, and many of these black professors at HBCUs, and, teaching young black men to go out there and be a good little Negro, and Massa will reward you handsomely. Bullshit. Massa will fucking work you to death and pat you on the head and say good job, and you will still be out here broke, dusty, and bitchless. That's the reality. That's the new reality. Don't get it twisted. There was a time where you got the skills, you got the abilities, and you're being rewarded handsomely. You say, hey, this isn't a bad gig. You know what I mean? You're making six figures, $90,000 and up, whatever, and you're good. You're comfortable. You're having fun. You're having a ball. Dating like there's no tomorrow, right? But the reality is when I look at the landscape now, and then I look at like the potential of what young men could have. I can't encourage them to, go play the long ball, go the long route, go to a university and get a bullshit degree and then get in the matrix, where truth be told, they really don't want you there. They don't want your black ass there. They don't. You know what I mean? So being well behaved and falling in line and all that shit, it really doesn't get you, where you think it'll get you. It doesn't. And I'm saying, the best option is to play both sides of the fence if you can. Meaning, get you those skills, vocational, educational, whatever. Get the skills, get the degree, get the knowledge. Okay? But always, always have a plan to get the fuck out of the matrix. You know, and this is where you get into black businesses, entrepreneurship, you know, and again, it just, even the stuff that can be done online. Okay? I'm just telling y'all, brothers, you know, all you young brothers, all you guys in your 20s, I'm telling you, this is how you need to be thinking. Okay? You know, get your certificates, get your degrees, get your paperwork, get all that, but have an active plan to get the fuck out of the matrix, because it's bullshit. So anyway, that's all I want to say. That's my video. SWP out. Don't forget to comment, share, like, and subscribe.